We have all been there, scrolling on our phones and coming across a video that seems pretty easy to do, and our imagination goes wild. Then we come to the realization that we have no one to help us film ourselves. Yeah, welcome to the life of solo creators. Now, filming yourself, that is not a problem. But filming yourself and having it look cinematic, yeah, that is a different story altogether. So today I'm gonna learn how to film yourself cinematically in your room. Let's go. Once you come into the world of video creating, there is this particular word that appears everywhere, and it is. To me, cinematic means something that is visually appealing, a sense of intention behind every scene. While researching, I noticed that there are a lot of elements and layers that plays a role in creating visuals that are appealing to the eyes. To apply this to our own film, we need to start from the core basics. As a Nigerian, there is a saying, he who fails to plan, plans to fail. So grab a notebook, physical or digital, whichever works for you. Personally, I prefer physical notebook. This is where creativity lives. Write out the script and the story. Sketch out your storyboard. Don't skip this step. Trust me, bro. This is the most important step. It's boring and uninteresting, but this is what holds everything together. Get to know your scenes, understand them, visualize them before you start recording. Think of a video like a journey. Where does it start? Where does it end? Which moment do you want people to pause and listen? A lot of ideas comes to mind during this process, but focus on the shots and concepts you are familiar with. That is where your strength is. And remember, planning is where your cinematic journey begins. Color grading is the next checkpoint. It's the stage where everything starts to feel like an actual film and not just some random footage. Now, for me, color grading is subjective. What looks cinematic to me might not look cinematic to you, and that is okay. The key is to understand the basics. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to know enough to be able to make your footage look visually appealing. Color grading helps us set the tone and mood of our film. It creates a feeling that flows directly from our film to the viewers. It's not about doing the most, it's about doing what fits your story. Keep it simple, focus on your white balance, your exposure, the skin tone, and the creative look. You don't need 15 notes. I mean, are you Christopher Nolan? Don't complicate color grading for yourself in the name of chasing a cinematic look. But don't overthink it, make it clean, make it intentional. By the way, if you like my color grading, I have a free power grade that I made here. Use it to create something better than I can. Light is the key to achieving a cinematic look. When you start as a filmmaker, you might ignore it at first because it's complicated to use. But as you get better at filmmaking, you realize it can't be ignored anymore. I'm still learning how to use light to enhance my scenes. To keep it simple, I will break light into two categories: natural and artificial. Natural light comes from the sun and it is cheap. It gives your footage a very soft, dreamy and creamy look. And then there's artificial light, which you have full control over. Use it however you feel. I use artificial light for dramatic scenes. There are lots of tutorials online on how to use light, but just remember, always film the dark side. Composition is the backbone of any visual stunning art. Here's the secret, you already have this skill. Every time you watch a movie or even this YouTube video you're watching right now, you are subconsciously learning about composition. Now, do you know how to apply it?
Bad bitches in a Beamer, that's a big dance. Chrome heart got me kissing on his best friend. Put in work, baby, you could be my best man. Sending cash to my account, he investing.
There are lots of composition techniques out there, but the most common and the one that you are probably familiar with is the rule of thirds. Place your subject within the center or at intersecting lines, but do it with intention. This positioning makes your shot look more appealing and balances your frame. Speaking of frames, framing is just as important as composition. It helps you highlight what matters within a scene. It's a cinematic tool that adds intention to your story, and when combined with strong composition and proper framing, the result is pure cinema. Back to the storyboard where it all began. Yeah, planning. This is the boring part, like we said earlier, but is essential. And since you're filming yourself, don't make it too complicated. Be easy on yourself, make it simple, make it easy. Composition to me is the most important part about filmmaking. It's a skill you already have, which is good on its own. You just need to practice because practice makes perfect. Color grading is important, but keep it simple, don't overcomplicate it. Just the basics are enough to get your video to look cinematic. Light, this is a tricky one because it takes time to master, but there's a rule of thumb: always try to create separation within your shot. Gears are like pay-to-win skins. You will know when to buy the right gear as your skill improves. And don't go and sell your kidney to buy the same camera that your favorite creator is using. So yeah, now you know how to make anything look visually appealing and cinematic. To be fair, the more you practice, the more you get good at it. Anyways, peace and see you in the next upload.